Alright, so for exercise 9F question 3D, we want to sketch the curve and find the total area for the following. Okay, so we're going to integrate it, but in order to integrate it, we have to expand it. If I have to quickly just sketch the curve, I can see that all the values in front of x are positive. So when I do multiply it, my a value will be positive, which means that I'll end up with a cubic function, which will look something like that. And each of these values give me the x-intercept, because if I make x equal 1, -1, and 4, y will become 0. So I can quickly sketch this curve. Alright, if I have to just sketch it, I've got -1 from over here. So I've got -1 over here, and I've got +1 over here, and I've got +4 over here. So 2, 3, 4. And it must go through all 3 points and look like that. So in order to do that, it's going to have to do something. It could turn anywhere between the two values and cut through the axis like that. So that's my sketch. Alright. I don't have anything else on this, and I can, however, calculate the y-intercept. If I take -1 times -4, it's +4. The last value after expanding this will end up as 4. So I know that this will be 4, which is my y-intercept. So I got my x-intercept and my y-intercept, got my sketch, and I'm done. Alright, I'm now going to expand this function. So let's expand the function so that we can integrate it. And I will end up with y equals, let's expand the first two brackets. First, there's a difference of squares between these two brackets here. You can see quite clearly there. That's going to be x squared minus 1. Difference of squares. Once I've multiplied those out, I'm now going to multiply that by x minus 4. I'm going to end up with x cubed minus 4x squared minus 1x plus 4. And then I got y equals, that is my function, and I need to integrate it and find the total area underneath the curve between there. So it's going to be from -1 until 1, and from 1 until 4, that's the specific areas. If I go anywhere beyond that, it's going to be infinite. So let's calculate this area over here and this area over here one by one. The first one is we're integrating. What I can do is I can also just integrate this and specify my beginning and ending points twice. So what if I did that, right? What if I did that? And otherwise, I can jump straight into it. Let's just jump straight into it. I got -1 till 1. I got x cubed minus 4x squared minus x plus 4 dot dx. And remember your reverse power rule. So you got 3 plus 1 over, which is 4. So you're going to end up with x4 over 4 minus 4x cubed over 3 minus x squared over 2 plus 4x, keep it all in the bracket, and start from -1 and go up to 1, and you're going to repeat the same process from 1 till 4. If I substitute 1 in here, let's see what we get. We're going to end up with 1 over 4. So I'm going to simplify this now. I'm going to simplify this, and we're going to end up with 1 over 4 minus 4 over 3, remember x is 1, minus 1 over 2 plus 4. And then I'm going to subtract. Once I substitute -1 in there, I'll end up with 1 over 4. The negative cube becomes a negative, so plus 4 over 3. This will become positive, which will still remain a negative. So -1 over 2, and that'll become -4. I can then put this in a calculator and simplify. So this gives me 29 over 12, and the next one is -35 over 12. That'll become positive. It'll become 64 over 12, and that'll become 5 1/3. We repeat the same process, so we can simply just use the same bracket, and we can take x4 over 4, because it's still the same function that we're integrating. So we can use the same integral the answer from after it has been integrated in this calculation. This is going from 1 till 4. We then substitute 4 in here, and then we substitute 1, and we'll get the second part over here. So if I substitute 4 in here, I get negative 40 over 3. If I substitute 1, just remember you don't have to put this back in your calculator. You've already calculated this. When you put 1 in there, you can see you ended up with 29 over 12. So this is going to be 29 over 12. So minus 29 over 12. You multiply this by 4, I get minus 160, minus 189, minus 189 over 12. The two areas. So if I want to add the areas up, I make the negative into a positive and I add it up. And I end up with 253 over 12, which is 21.1. You can use decimals as well when you're calculating this.